The best information about boxing in the world is on stylesmakefights.com.
Today we're here to discuss Andre Berto and Victor Ortiz 2. The rematch is scheduled to take place February the 11th. Before I get into this, I want to give a shout out to Miss Amy Green, Sean Buck, who's a writer for StylesMakeFights.com, Hendrix Rodriguez, who's also a writer for StylesMakeFights.com. My homeboy at J Dilla, aka Kasim, he's a writer for StylesMakeFights.com as well. And my homie Simon, another good friend, Mike Rodriguez, who's a world-known and world-class cut man. Both these young men here are both in their primes, and they're very good welterweight fighters. Victor Ortiz is coming up from the junior welterweight class. These men fought last year, in my opinion, which was Fight of the Year. In my opinion, Victor Ortiz has the better basic boxing fundamentals. What I mean by that is his defense is a little better, his balance is much better, and his defense is a lot tighter. His inside game is also a hell of a lot better, than Andre Berto's. Here's what I mean. Look out now. Look at where Andre Berto keeps his hands, and look at where Andre Berto's hands are. When Andre Berto throws his jab, he comes right back down around his waist. You see his hands, how they come down? But when Victor Ortiz throws his punches, his hands come back up around his face to protect his face. Also, look at the balance of Victor Ortiz. Look how he moves his head. Just check him out. Just watch him. He slips punches nice. And he keeps his hands held high. See how he slips the jab? Just watch him. See it? When he does that, he can slip and counter, which is what you're going to see in a minute. Which shows that he's looking and he's thinking. He also used his jab nice in this round, which is something he abandoned. A jab, as I always say, is the punch for all reasons. Watch this. So he slipped the jab again, slip, counter. Let's go to knockdown. Andre Berto has no defense. A lot of times when Andre Berto's punching, he's just totally looking to get his off. Here's what I mean when I say bad balance. You see that? You saw his feet were squared up just for a split second at that moment, and it only takes a split second to get knocked out. Watch this. Play it back for you. Watch this. Right here. Here it comes. You see that? His feet were squared up. But also, too, when Andre Berto, Berto lacks footwork. When he backs up, he doesn't step around Victor Ortiz. He backs straight up in a straight line, which caused him to find himself on the ropes a lot more often than not in this fight. Like right here. So he's being driven back, just driven straight back to the ropes. Andre Berto does not have the ability, I'm not going to say he doesn't have the ability, but he does not rely on his jab the way he should and the way he's going to need to have success in a rematch against a strong young man such as Victor Ortiz. He's not as strong as Ortiz. So the smart thing would be to live and die by your left jab and step around this young man, as opposed to, see how he's just being pushed straight back into the ropes. He does not have the ability to step around. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Now look at Pernell Whitaker. This is Pernell Whitaker versus Julio Cesar Chavez. Chavez is going to be coming at Pernell. But watch how Pernell steps around Chavez. He doesn't just get back straight up to the ropes. You see how Chavez is putting pressure on him? But you see how Pernell Whitaker's back never touches the ropes? He has defense on the inside, but he also steps around Chavez. Just watch him. Chavez is coming. So Pernell just slightly stepping to his right. He's keeping the fight in the middle of the ring. You see that move right there? He just stepped around him. Keeping his jab in his face, he's just stepping around him. Therefore, it keeps his back off the ropes. You see him? Just watch him. Watch how he keeps turning Chavez. And he stand behind his jab. See how he steps around? You see that? It keeps the fight in the middle of the ring. Andre Berto, on the other hand, back straight up. One thing that I can say about Andre Berto that I admire about this young man is that when in doubt, homeboy going to fight. I don't care how hurt he is. Homeboy going to bite down on that mouthpiece and he's going to bang. But that cost him in this fight because he was in the ring with a much stronger man. This is another thing, too, that I meant when I said he has bad balance. Watch how his feet were squared up. His feet were together. He had no leverage. You see? Watch his feet. You see how his feet are together? He should never, ever, ever find himself in that position in this fight. Also, another thing that Andre Berto lacks is inside fighting ability. He can't fight on the inside. And he doesn't have the proper tools such as defense, side-to-side movement, and a consistent jab to deal with to keep Victor Ortiz off on the outside. I'm going to show you what I mean when I said that Andre Berto cannot fight on the inside. Watch this. Watch the short, compact punches from Victor Ortiz. They were hurting Shorty. Bang! Watch him. Watch the little short punches on the inside. Bang! Bang! Bang, bang! 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 Watch him. Look at the short punches from Ortiz. Now watch Berto's legs wobble. Look at him. You see that? That's not a good look. His inside, Andre Berto's inside fighting ability is non-existent. Look. He's getting manhandled on the inside. Now watch his legs wobble. It's not cool, man. You see that? Victor Ortiz was very, very strong in this fight. Look. Look. He's just bullying Ortiz. He's just bullying Berto. Berto's inside fighting ability and defense are not there. Nor does this young man have real boxing ability to keep Victor Ortiz off. What I meant when I said Andre Berto in my article, when I said he throws wide punches and Ortiz throws short punches. Now watch this. Andre Berto is going to deck Ortiz and catch him with a wide looping right hand. They're going to be in the midst of an exchange, but Andre Berto is going to be making an angle. He's going to throw a looping right hand. You see how wide that right hand punch was? It was a wide right hand. It was a good punch. Again, you can't count this young man out because every time he got hurt, he always bit down on that mouthpiece and fought hard. Watch this. Look at the wide punch. But I want you to notice something though. You should have noticed something. Anybody that thinks that Victor Ortiz has no heart is crazy. The young man has tons of it. He got nailed on the tip of the chin and he got up. He kept his composure. Now look, here's what I mean. You see though, you see how even though Victor Ortiz is hurt, he can still slip the punches from Andre Berto because the punches are so wide. They're coming from no man's land. You can't. It's hard to not see them coming. Watch. Everything's wide. You see that? Look. Everything's coming from down south. Everything. He caught him there. He caught him with a few good punches. But for the most part, he's missing. And it's funny because a lot of times, Victor Ortiz isn't doing anything to make him miss. He's just missing because the punches are so wide. Again, look how he was on the attack, but his feet were squared up. Check him out. Look at Berto's legs. Watch him. You see his feet? Look. Squared up. Look. And that's why he's missing his own punches. A lot of times Ortiz's head don't move. He's just missing. But look, watch the short punch from Ortiz. Look. Bang, short punch. That punch didn't come from down south, or no man's land, as one would say. Short punch right on the money. His punch got there first because it was short. And actually he caught Andre Berto in the midst of getting ready to throw a punch. Bow! You see that? Anything short is going to always get there before something wide. It has less distance to travel. When Andre Berto had his first fight back with Jan Zabek, he was doing the same thing. Feet squared up, backing straight up into the ropes. And he still showed a lack of defense. To beat Victor Ortiz, I'm not saying that he has to do him like Mayweather, because Mayweather is on a totally different caliber, another level, another stratosphere as it relates to boxing prowess, boxing IQ, defense, whatever you want to call it. Andre Berto does not have the necessary tools to win this fight. If Victor Ortiz avoids a shootout, fights the same fight, but avoids a shootout, and the only way to avoid a shootout with Berto is just to keep his jab in the face of Andre Berto, he'll win. He may even knock him out. Staying close to Andre Berto is a good idea because A, you see that Andre Berto lacks inside fighting ability, but 2, he throws everything wide. When you press a man that throws wide punches, you stand right in the middle of the storm, and therefore you're safe because you're not hit by the debris on the outside of the storm. Staying close on the inside of the storm when you got wide punches is a good place to be. Victor Ortiz has short, powerful, compact punches. I don't see Andre Berto winning the rematch. I see it being another good, entertaining fight. But I see Victor Ortiz winning the rematch, maybe even getting a stoppage if he keeps his jab in the face of Andre Berto. Andre Berto has no answer for the straight left to the body, and I seriously doubt if his footwork has improved and his defense has improved as well. Like I said before, when he fought Jan Zabek, I saw the same on Andre Berto. Not to take nothing away from Berto, I like Berto. He's one ballsy young man. In this fight, again, he never stopped going for the knockout, and that's what's up. But I think that it's going to take more than grit to beat another young man that has grit, but better boxing fundamentals. Again, this is Stylez Make Fights. We're talking about Andre Berto, Victor Ortiz. Oh, by the way, StylezMakeFights.com is, we're always looking for writers who want to share their input and or knowledge about the street signs. If you're interested in writing for the website, you can email me at r.williams6@ymail.com. Again, this is Raymond Williams with Stylez Make Fights, and we are looking forward to February the 11th. Andre Berto, Victor Ortiz too. Peace.